We're gonna make a really fresh, sharp, delicious cucumber salad. We visited Eric Marlow's farm in Ponchatoula where he was growing his fabulous strawberries, but he also has some really great cucumbers. And on our trip to see Bill Riles' goat farm, he had this really great goat feta, which we have here. And these are some of the locally grown Criollocellas, some locally grown mint. Now, I'm gonna do this with a knife, but feel free to get a vegetable peeler. I like the skin on the cucumbers, but I don't necessarily like to have all of the skin. So what I do is just kind of alternate strips. I worked for a chef a long time ago that wouldn't let us use vegetable peelers. I learned how to do this. Zesting is one thing you could do. If you have a zester, you can just strip it down the stripes. I want to leave half the skin on. It's kind of the ideal here, just to kind of open it up so that you get some bites that are just kind of break through without chewing on the skin too much. To cut these cucumbers, an oblique cut. Cut in half or in fours. This is a thin one, so it's just going to be in half. And basically what an oblique is triangle pieces. See, the seeds are nice and tight in there. They're not very bitter. You know, a lot of times if a cucumber gets too large, the seeds can get a little bitter and watery. And you know, that one you don't really want to use. But these definitely leave in. There's like a cadence and a pace almost for cutting. You know, I'm gonna need a bigger bowl. You know, eating heavy foods when it's hot outside slows you down and makes you feel heavy. But the cucumbers have this bright, kind of watery, it's almost like drinking a glass of ice water. And we have these Criollocellas, which are hot but not too hot. And it'll just add a little heat to the dish. And if you don't have Criollocellas, you can substitute some fresh paprika chilies or some, you know, even some fresh jalapenos. But if you can get the red kind, which are called Fresno chilies, that would be a really good substitute. So on top of this, I'm just going to pick some nice, small, fresh mint. Just a real basic rustic tear on these. You know, the knife kind of bruises it and it makes it small, and then when it gets wet, it doesn't hold up very well. So I'm always a big fan of tearing fresh mint right on top of it. And now we're going to grab some of this delicious goat feta from Bill Riles, which is really great because it's creamy, but it's got a good salt to it, so it's a real good foil for the cucumber. This is sea salt. I would not use iodized salt for this. You know, kosher salt will work. Sea salt is better. What this is some of our homemade red wine vinegar. Even at the grocery stores, you know, I think you can find, you know, better quality vinegars than others. A little bit of black pepper, but not much. And just kind of lightly toss that together. This is a very inordinate amount of cucumbers, so it should be easier to toss in your standard size mixing bowl. It holds well. The next day, the vinegar and the salt soaks in and you get kind of a quick pickle on it. We're going to put this in the refrigerator now for about 30 minutes, so when we serve it, the cucumbers are already kind of a really refreshing kind of ingredient. And when you put that chill on it with the cheese and the vinegar, it's a really sharp pop, and it's just real refreshing, kind of wakes you up and kind of cools you down at the same time.